Hey YouTube, Cinny Steve back with another video. Let you know what I've been picking up and what I've been playing, what I've been getting up to. So the cabs at the moment, to be honest, I haven't really been playing much arcade lately, but I've got this Super Bishy Bashy panel back out because I've got this control panel overlay custom made, and I'm just waiting for some metal mild steel plate to cut and fit that in, and then I'll swap all the buttons over and put that in the egret, because obviously that's a Sega panel, so it doesn't actually fit. And yes, I can play some Super Bishy Bashy and Hyper Bishy Bashy with the family. Had a bit of R-Type on this morning. This is only in MAME. I'm not very good at it, but don't mind it. I think it's a great game. We've had a bit of tournament Arkanoid on as well. This one is so much harder than regular Arkanoid. As you can see by my high score, I think I only had about 3 goes, but usually I'd get at least about 8,000–9,000 on regular Arkanoid. But tournament is rock hard. Been clearing a bit of space. Well, that little bit of space for more Japanese Mega Drive games, or even PAL ones if I get them, but I'm going to sort of thin through this lot, keep down here what I'm going to play, and shift some more up to the loft. But panning round, we got, I can't remember if I said I was playing this last time, in my last video, but Time Pilot was released on the Switch. Been playing it a little bit. Had a bit of banter going on with Retro Dave, which is absolutely ruined me on. Let's see what the high scores are. Online rankings. Cool, there you go. Nearly 700,000. Oh, Retro Dave's up there. I won't give his gamer tag away. I'm not doing that great. Look, where am I? Cinny Steve 25. But for whatever reason, it doesn't. I don't think it saves. Like, that's not my high score. I swear I got over 310,000, but I think I got that score when I was. See, look up here. I think I got that when it wasn't connected to the internet, so I don't think that's saved. But oh well, not to worry. I will beat Dave sooner or later. I hope. So panning on to what I've been playing on the SNES. Those who watch Alex, Nintendo Arcade, he's been doing a bit of a game challenge on the Super Nintendo, make things interesting, get people playing. I love things like that, to be honest. I wish I did have more time to sort of compete in all of them, but with having 2 kids, it's not easy. But he kindly asked if I'd choose a game, and I chose Batman Returns. I bought this game off Retro Dave quite a few, well, I don't know, about 18 months ago, something like that. Never really played it. A lot of people rate it. It's absolutely brilliant. I'll do a gameplay. When will I do that? I might even do it tonight. I'll capture some footage and put it on. See if I can get a good score on it. So anyone that's got it or means of playing it, emulation, get on there and put your scores over to Alex. Get a bit of competition going. Now on the Amiga, I've been playing a bit of this Dogs of War. It's quite funny. This I haven't picked this up recently. In fact, I don't even know when I picked it up. It's been on my list of games to get, and I found the budget copy in my loft. Just rooting through a few games, and I say it's been on my list, and I wouldn't mind getting the full release. It came in a dual case. This is obviously the budget release, but it's quite a sought after game now. No idea what the budget release goes for. I know the full game goes for over 100 quid or thereabouts. So yeah, been playing a bit of that. That's when you know you've got too many games, when you forget what you've got. But I picked this up last week, I think. These cruiser joysticks, I've actually got quite a few of them. How many have I got? I think I've got about 6 or 7 of them. But there was 5 different colours. You had this one, which I didn't have, the blue and red and white buttons. You've got the black with red buttons, black on black, and then you've got the multicoloured green, blue and all sorts. And then there's another one, the clear one, and it's the clear one I haven't got, so I wouldn't mind getting that. If anyone's got one, give me a shout and I'll give you some good money for it. But I've got a good deal with this. As I say, I'll put a picture of how I bought it, because it was covered in like stickers, or like it was like transfers. They were like, you couldn't peel them, you had to sort of rub them away with alcohol, but it came up really nice. So I'll put a picture of what it came like. was happy with that, real bargain. That said, they're quite sought after now. I think you're looking about 20-25 quid for them joysticks now. And I didn't pay that. I think I ended up getting it for about 9 quid delivered because it was covered in stickers, but it came out really nice. All the suckers are there. All works. Happy days. And moving on, I've just bought this new laptop. My wife has gone back to work. I was actually using her laptop because basically my laptop's so old it hasn't got USB 3 for my capture card. I've got a StarTech capture card there and it needs USB 3, which I didn't have. So this is how I do streaming and stuff like that, which I'm still trying to sort of adjust the settings to get it spot on, but it seems to work fine. Sorry for those that was watching the other day when I didn't have audio for the first 20 minutes, because basically I put the webcam in, which has got a microphone on it. I'm going to get a separate microphone, but I didn't actually restart the system after doing the update, so I just didn't have audio. Really annoying. And so the outrun's still going strong, touch wood. And panning around, I was talking to Rollercore X, Eddie, about handhelds. I know he's just picked up the Turtles, which I was after, and I actually found it in the loft. I didn't even know I had it, but I'm not even sure it works. I haven't put batteries in it yet. But they're the two I had as a kid. The Top Gun, which I know that works, so I was messing around with that the other day. And I've got this as well, which I've had this since I was a kid. It works absolutely fine, a proper market jobby. And basically you're a goalkeeper and you have to save the balls coming down. Love that little game. I don't know why, but anyway, let's set the tripod up, and I've got quite a few Amiga pickups. It is mostly Amiga, so let's crack on. Right, let's start with some of the older pickup. As I say, most of these, in fact nearly everything is Amiga. Yeah, pretty much everything's Amiga. This is a game that's been on my radar for a while. I've got 3 games in this little bundle. I believe it worked out about £30. I think it was about £10 a game. First one up being Venus Flytrap. Gremlin graphics game. It's quite a fun little shooting platformer. It's got a little bit of damage in the top corner. But to find these sort of big box, well, medium-sized box Gremlin games, full releases is not easy, and they're just going up in price. Next up, again, I will be looking to upgrade this. It's some Dragon, another shooter, which again, I mean, all 3 of these games from this seller, not in the best condition, but well worth the money, I think. I definitely won't lose money on them, put it that way. And then this game I bought purely on the artwork. This one actually I think was in better condition, but got a bit squashed in the post, and it's Satan.
Satine, actually. Got it.
Which I still haven't even tried. Again, it looks like a bit of a platformer. I always have a little look on like Lemon Amiga for the reviews, but look at that artwork. It looked pretty cool. So I'll give that one a go. But as I say, not in the best condition, those 3. I mean, Venus Flytrap isn't too bad. St. Dragon I'll definitely upgrade. And Satan, I don't really know anything about it. I mean, probably end up going in the loft. Now, this game, there's not many games that I'm after, that I'm nostalgic about, because I'm pretty much own nearly everything that I had as a kid. But every now and again, I'll see one. Like, I mean, I've actually had this on my list, but every now and again, you sort of remember something. You're like, oh yeah, I used to have that. But this went on my list probably about a year ago, and I just haven't seen it. Tell a lie, I've seen one on eBay and it's about 130 quid, and it's not worth that. It's probably one of the worst Amiga games there is. I mean, it's a very early Amiga game. I remember we had it with our original 500, and it is Quasimodo with a K. And I might even put some gameplay of this in. It's a Hunchback clone, and there's no sound on it whilst you're playing, whilst you're walking, until you die. It's dreadful, but I played it as a kid, therefore I love it, because I can't get rid of those nostalgia glasses. Right, and actually, where did I get that from? I actually got that in a bundle. It was it came with like loads of sort of budget releases and titles that came with the Cartoon Classics. They weren't in great condition, but at least with the dual cases, they're quite well protected. But I think it cost me, the bundle cost me £30, so I'll probably sell a lot. The other bits, probably 5-10 quid, so it's probably cost me about 20 quid, something like that. And then I bought another big bundle off Facebook, and it was on one of the Amiga groups, and it was a guy, I think he'd got a bit disheartened because all the games he was trying just wasn't working, or he said like a big proportion, and I said, well, if you're going to sell them, I'll give you a good price for them, if only for the boxes. I mean, I'll give them a clean and see how we get on. And I ended up buying, how many games have I got here? I've probably got about 6 games here, but I think there was about 25 in all. But these are the ones I'm keeping because the rest are either in poor condition or I've already got. So basically, though, I think the bundle cost me about £25 posted. Bearing in mind, it probably cost him, I don't know, about 7-8 quid to post them. And when I sell the other lot, these are going to be free. I will have made profit on them. But the games I don't have, War in the Gulf, which is obviously a big box simulation, which I'm not into in the slightest, but I've actually got quite a few. I mean, even in this pickup, I'll show you a few more sort of simulations I've got. Never been into them, but I'll keep the ones I haven't got that work and are in good condition. Know absolutely nothing about this game. It's called Stack Up. It looks a bit like a Columns clone. Again, good condition. I don't have it. Didn't cost me anything. It'll stay in the collection. It's exactly the same with this one. F1 GP Circuits, which is from the same publisher as that. Was it Bomber Bob I was showing the other week that I got from Craig's here again? Again, absolutely no idea. Obviously, it's a Formula 1 game. Looks like a top-down racer, which I actually quite like top-down racers. I'll give that a go. I know it works. Literally, when I tried, I literally just boot them to the title, and if I haven't got time to play it, it goes back in the box. Then we've got Platoon, which I will be looking to get the full release version of this, but I do quite like, everyone knows I'm a bit of a sucker for the budget releases, but the Hit Squad boxes, I'm sure there was about 200 games for the Hit Squad. I think me and Mike were talking about it the other week, and there's a lot of games for it. I think I've probably have about 20-25, so if I see them really cheap or they come in bundles, I'll just keep them. Then we have, I believe I had another one of the, I know I had a Tengen compilation in my last video, and I can't remember what it was called. Was it called Winning Team? It was Winning something, I can't remember. I'll have to look back on that, 'cause it's up the loft again now. But yeah, another compilation with a lot of games I own most of, full release. So you've got Clax, APB, Escape of the Planet of the, what is it? Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters, and Cyberball and Vindicators. I know I've got all but Cyberball. Cyberball is one of the ones I want for them plastic cases. But again, it's all there. And I think I tried 3 or 4 games. I know I tried APB because I was playing that for a bit. But this is one of the main reasons I wanted it, this bundle. Pinball Illusions. Obviously, I think it's the 3rd game in the Pinball Dreams and Pinball Fantasies franchise, and it's in really good shape. It's a touch of squashing up there, but I'll get an iron on it, get that back to shape. So yeah, really happy with that. That literally all them games, how many were there? They're the ones that are staying. 6 games, yeah, so absolutely cost me nothing, those ones. Right, this next bundle was another eBay bundle, and basically 2 games came on eBay, just 2 games separately from the same seller, and I sent him a message, said, look, I'm interested in both your games, have you got to buy it now? And he said, no, not really, I'm sort of testing the water at the moment, but I've got quite a few other games I'm going to list if these sell okay. And I said, well, I mean, if you want to put a bundle deal together, send me a list of the games, some pictures, and we'll go from there. and he sent me a list of about 25 games, 30 games, and I noticed on there was a lot of MicroDeal games, which, if anyone doesn't know MicroDeal, they made a lot of games for the Dragon 32. That was one of my first ever computers I played on, and I looked into where I mean, I didn't know this at the time, but when he had so many MicroDeal games, I sort of done a search on the web of MicroDeal to find out a little bit more, and I noticed that where they used to program games, it was exactly where this guy used to live. Oh, sorry, where he does live. Like, it's on eBay. It's, where is it, St Austell, something like that, down Cornwall way. And I sent him a message back. I said, look, I noticed you got a lot of MicroDeal games. Like, did you work for them, or like, what's the deal? Like, so he must have had. There was at least 10 MicroDeal games there, and I'm sure they only made about 15, 20 games for the Amiga. And he said no, he was far too old for working for MicroDeal in the late 80s. But he said he programmed games for Spectrum, and he knew of them as well. I think he knew the guys there because he sort of described them. But so yeah, he sent me a list of the games, and I said, right, yeah, I'll have that, and that if you're interested, and if you want to combine postage with the other two I'm after on eBay. And he said, yeah, that's fine actually, and he removed them, done a buy it now straight away, and yeah, I've got, what did I get? 1, 2, 3, about 6 games again. So, first one being Tanglewood. This is probably the worst condition game of a lot of them, to be honest. It's, I mean, it's not too bad. Again, a bit of squashing. I don't know much about them, but I quite like the size of the box it's in, if that makes sense. Like, weird. I love the oddities. You don't really see too much. Next one being Time Bandit. So, again, don't know too much about this game. I should really give it a go. It looks a bit like a Gauntlet clone. And then this one I have been playing a little bit, and this one's in like really nice condition. The other two are a little bit squashed, but this one's lovely. It's a little bit like Spy Hunter, Major Motion. So happy with that. Then next up, this was one of the 2 games I wanted originally. Nevermind by Cyclops, another one for the Psygnosis collection, and this one's in like lovely condition. It's absolutely I'll give it a 9 out of 10 all day long. Really nice condition game. But this was the main one I wanted, which, as Mike knows, without further ado, Retro knows I've been after this for a while. A nice condition one at a good price, and it's Karate Kid Part 2. But I'm actually a little bit gutted because the disc doesn't work. So if anyone's got the Karate Kid 2 disc for the full release game, let me know, because I like the box. The box is in really nice nick. Everything's obviously in there, but yeah, the disc doesn't work, so a bit gutted. And funnily enough, as I was showing you Quasimodo earlier, when that was in the post, it's weird, it's like buses. Another one came up in that bundle. He put it in the list, and I was like, right, put that in, because the other one hadn't come yet. I had no idea if it was working, and I had no idea at the time. Actually, where's it gone? It's just disappeared. Sorry about that, just games disappearing on me. But actually came in a different variant. So I was actually quite happy I got it anyway. And they both work absolutely fine, but I say, awful game, but it's mad how I don't see that for ages, and then two come up at once at decent prices. Yeah, so those were the 6. I think I did have a couple more off of him, but I know one of them came in really bad condition, and I'm just moving that on, so I won't even bother showing that. Right, the next Amiga bundle is another eBay purchase. The guy listed, he listed quite a few games, and some really nice games. I already had quite a few of them though, but he listed these 2 that I wanted, and I'll always ask the question. I'll always get on the computer, ask the question, is there a buy it now price? Because the amount of times you see games just disappear. And he said, no, there's no buy it now price, but by all means make me an offer. And the guy accepted it, and he was a really nice guy. He said he'd combine postage, and once I'd sorted it all out, he even said he's popped another couple of games in there for me, and I was like, wow, like obviously didn't have to do that. So these were the freebies, which quite happy with this actually. Sports 4D boxing, I don't have it, so that is going to go straight in the collection, all in nice shape. This one I do have, Street Fighter 2, absolutely dreadful Amiga port, but again, really nice condition. I will just be putting this in a bundle and moving it on. A little bit naughty, I don't really like doing that, but I already have it. In fact, I think I've probably got about 2 or 3 copies of that anyway. But these are the games I actually wanted. Some really nice, tasty copies. Battle Squadron, never seen it in a dual case like this. I've got the full release, but never seen that before. So really happy to get that. Again, all works. They all tested these games. And now this one I've been after for quite a while. Chaos Engine 2. And again, it's in lovely condition. Really happy with it. So what did the guy... It was a bit of a bargain actually. This was accepted, I think it was about £65 for the pair. So I think it was 40 quid on this one, thinking about it now, and 25 for this one. And that's posted, so I think it was 65. And I say put them a couple of freebies in, which... What a legend. Love things like that. So massive fan. I don't think he watches, but massive thanks if you do. This Amiga bundle comes with a funny story actually. I saw it come up on eBay. I mean, there's quite a few games here. What, you're looking at about 30 games? And come up on eBay. Quite a low start bidding, but best offer. And I actually put in quite a cheeky offer, I thought. Basically it was £100 all in. It was, I think it was something like £11 postage, and I put in 89 quid, so 100 quid all in, which is a bit of a cheeky offer. And it sort of sat around for a bit, and I thought, oh, he's not going to accept it. And then he did accept it, and I was like, wow, fair play, like, that's great. Paid it straight away, and he sent it all over. But when he did send it over, I had a little look into the games, because it's basically, it said on the games that a few of the games had been flattened, and I didn't really know what that meant. And because it looked like such a nice bundle, as I say, some tasty games in here, I didn't really want to sort of sit on it and let somebody else win it. So yeah, I just really went for it. And then when it came up, when it was delivered, to be honest, 100 quid all in still isn't a bad price. But I did get back to the guy, and I said, look, I'm not really happy with some of these games. Like some of the pictures, I think the pictures, the listing was a little bit deceiving, because even though he said that some of the games have been flattened, he didn't say which ones, and you only saw pictures of the front of the boxes. So I'll put them pictures in and see what you think. But anyway, I'll show you what I meant. Well, I'll show you what he meant by flattened. And yeah, they're really flattened. Basically, what the guy's done, and from what I can tell, he did it as a kid, like just to save space. That's the way. Unless he's bought them like it, I don't know. But they've done a really good job of literally cutting the boxes and making it like a record sleeve. So I'll show you the flattened games first, and you'll see why I was a little bit gutted when they turned up. I don't even know what this is. Gold is the passion. The gold of the Aztecs. Never heard of it. But what I will say is that they've done a really good job flattening these boxes, because they're all in really nice condition, and the games that haven't been flattened are in really nice condition as well. This one's Star Blaze. But you can see how flattened they are. F-16 Combat Pilot, and I will just move these on, but I will list them a little bit better than that guy did. Falcon, Magic Fly, Subutio, which I already own this, so not so worried about that one. This is one I actually wanted actually, International 3D Tennis. I used to have it as a kid. It's not a great game, but it's a sensible software game. Actually, the graphics don't look that great, but it plays quite nicely. This was what I thought was going to be an upgrade for mine, but it's not. This was another one I don't have, and I did actually want it. Super Space Invaders. I think what I'll do now, I'll hang out for this actually come in a plastic case, which I only found that out the other week when Eddie, Roller X Corp, put it on. And then these two, these are what I was a little bit gutted about. Towercon 1 and 2, completely flattened. But every disc I've tried out of this bundle seems to load amazingly. Like, they're in really nice condition. I mean, who would do that? Absolutely gutting. Because, again, this I thought was going to be an upgrade for mine. Mine's a little bit ropey. Token 2 I've got nice, but I will move these on. I mean, what did I get off? I think I got about 30 quid off. I think it ended up costing me about 70 quid all in. But the guy was brilliant about it. When I got back to him, I said, look, I'm a little bit disappointed. I think your listing was a little bit deceiving. And I said I could send them back for a full refund. I don't mind doing that. But I said, if you want to give me, I think it was about 25, 30 quid off. So it ended up costing me, say, about 70 quid, 75 quid. Which I still think, I mean, I reckon I get 30 quid for those two all day long anyway. So to be honest, I really think I've still got a bit of a steal, to be honest. I'm quite happy with it. So these are the games that I got. I'm not going to be keeping all of them because some of them are duplicates. But Small Box James Pond, which again, all these games are in really nice condition. And all the ones I've tried are working fine. Alien Breed Special Edition, again, lovely condition. I already have it, so that won't be staying. Populous Promised Lands, I think this is like an add-on disc. Was never a huge Populous fan, but I will keep hold of it because I know I have the original. And then, as I say, there's quite a few like simulators in here, but again, all in fantastic condition. Gunship, MicroProse game, SimCity, which again I know I already own this one, but I will check mine and see which is the better condition. I imagine it is this one because it's absolutely lovely, these games. Don't have this one and don't know too much about it, but Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm sure this comes in a bigger box as well, so that's obviously the small box version. This is a keeper. This is one of the games that was always going to be a keeper. Really happy with this. Budokan. I don't own this. Then we've got Midwinter. I'll be keeping this one as well because I don't have the big box in good condition. I've got the one that came free with, I think, one of the A600s. It's like a thin box, but it's in fantastic condition and it's a great game. MicroProse Grand Prix. We've got F-19 Stealth Fighter. Again, not really into these flight sims, but as an Amiga collector, they don't really sell for much either. They haven't aged very well, so I'll just keep them. Then we've got M1 Tank Platoon. And then this one was quite interesting, Arcade Fever, which has got a game which I showed in my last video, I believe, Stormlord, and Onslaught, which I know Onslaught's quite an expensive game for the Mega Drive, isn't it? It's the ballistic box. I'm guessing it's the same game. Then we've got Tower of Babel, which I know I've got in a small box. And then this one, Weird Dreams. It does look a bit weird. But these are the two. So when I saw the bundle, there was, I'd say, 3 or 4 games I really wanted. Obviously, Towercons being one of them. These two being the other. So you've got the Triad compilation. Volume 2 in really nice nick, and I know all the games work, so I've tried them all. And then we've got the third one, so I just need number 1 now. But I say they're not going down in price at all. I mean, they're usually about 10-15 quid all day long, so I will keep my eye out for Volume 1. Right, last Amiga pickup. This was, where was it? Facebook Marketplace, about 30 minutes from me. And I've been keeping my eye on Facebook Marketplace because the amount of bargains on there has been unreal. I mean, I picked up another bargain yesterday, which I'm not even going to bother showing because I'm not keeping them. I'm just going to flip them back on. But ended up picking up an A1200 in really nice condition. There was nothing in the trapdoor, which I was a little bit gutted about, but really good working order, really clean. Ended up with a zip stick, which, as I've shown you earlier about the cruisers, I do prefer the cruisers, but the zip sticks, I've always found them too stiff, but this one's been really worn in and it feels really nice. So that's gonna be staying with me. But it also came with a external floppy drive as well, which I'm gonna have to a look at because it doesn't seem to be working properly. I'll take it apart and give it a good clean, see if I can get that working. But yeah, that bundle was 80 quid, like unbelievable. Literally 30 minutes for me. I was lucky that I saw it. I think it was only on there for about 6 minutes when I saw it, and got straight down there. And he said when I got there that it had about another 20 messages. Like, I think I got down there within 2 hours. So no, really happy with that, and I'll probably keep that because I've got a WHD load one, but I'll probably keep this one completely stock and probably put it in the box in the loft now, me. Then we've got literally last pickup, and I haven't even opened it yet. Data discs, latest release, Thunder Force 4, which I'm not even a huge fan of Thunder Force 4. I haven't really got immersed. I actually prefer the third one, but I mean, I've got all the data disc releases, so I thought I'll just get them as they come out now. I mean, I think they only release about 3 or 4 a year, and even for the artwork alone, it's absolutely stunning artwork. I will open it and give it a go, but I haven't yet. But that's about it. So thanks for watching YouTube, and I'll catch you on the next one.